Hi. Curious if you ever think about what it takes to really be excellent under pressure. Well, we think about it all the time. And there's a lot that goes into being excellent under pressure, but of course, one of those things is to be your very best when adversity hits. And one place that you can start to monitor this is to notice your emotional response when there is adversity, first in yourself and in other people. So as we look through the work styles lens, let's take a look at each style and how they are interpreted when there is adversity in the environment in terms of their emotional reaction. So controls have a dictate biology, meaning when there is adversity, they tend to become more aggressive. And that typically has them perceived by others as arrogant. Because when there's a breakdown, sometimes they sound like, hey, what didn't you understand about my idea? For influences, very different. They have a migrate biology. So when there's pressure or adversity in the environment, they want to move away from it. They start getting nervous. That tends to make other people nervous. So they are many times perceived as impatient when there's pressure in the environment. Powers, also different. They have a tolerate biology, meaning when there's pressure, they'll kind of stuff it down. They'll kind of power forward. They'll keep pushing. And as they stuff it down, that pressure builds. And then if they're not careful, their frustration will erupt into a larger breakdown over time. And finally, for authority people, they have a biology for hibernation. So when there's a lot of pressure around authority, they tend to start pulling back. And that can have others say, well, where did that person go? I feel like they're being indifferent as it relates to the pressure in the environment. Now, all of these are our natural biological responses. And what can we do with this information? Well, let's look at it in three different ways. First, for ourselves. Number one, most important thing we can do for ourselves is breathe. And that always sounds so simple, but when there's a lot of adversity in the environment, one of the first things we tend to do is stop breathing. This game is not a life or death game. Don't play it that way. Keep your biology in check as best you can. Number two, for others, respect biology. Biology has hit someone around you. Now you are seeing the symptoms showing up in their emotional reaction. Just understand and respect that. Don't take it too personally in that moment, because if the other person's triggered and you allow yourself to get triggered, nothing good's going to happen in that moment. And that leads to number three, the most important tip here for all of us. When there's adversity in the environment, return to the larger objective. That's the most important thing we can do. Because while emotions aren't bad, they're not bad at all. When there's a lot of pressure, they can become distracted. So when there's a lot of pressure in the environment, the more we use our higher level processor and go back to what we originally intended at the beginning of the project, what the original objective was, it can calm our own emotional reaction and calm the emotional reaction of those around us. So hopefully those are useful tips for you. Please keep them in mind, and please do reach out to us. You can either comment below or reach out to us directly. We'd love to hear from you on how you are working to be excellent under pressure. Thank you.